Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Jonathan Harmon with the J. Harmon Home Team, and my new friend Patience Long and Tabby. It says Tabby Griffith. Is it Tabby Griffith?
It's going to change. We'll have it for Loyal.
10-4. All right, so Tabby is married to a good friend of mine, Taylor Loyal, and forgive me, but I'm not going to look at the camera, so it's okay. Y'all don't want to see me anyways. But anyway, we're at Morning Brew, which is a cool little coffee shop over on North Front Street, and I forget the gentleman's name, an MTSU coach.
MTSU
tennis coach that owns the place. And we've done an interview here before, or I did, and it's a pretty cool little spot. It is a little loud this morning, though. It's hopping in here, and that's a good thing.
It's hopping. Hopping.
So we'll try to share that. Tabby and I are going to share this microphone back and forth. And
I get my own.
Patience gets her own, that's right. But anyway, it's all good. So you guys are with the Murfreesboro Center for the Arts.
Yes.
And what is it that you do, Patience?
Sure, I'm the executive director. I run the day-to-day operations. And then Tabby here.
I'm the development coordinator, so I help with all the grants, sponsorships, all those things to help keep the center funded, bring in money to help us do what we do.
Great. So what, for people that are maybe new to Murfreesboro, or maybe they just haven't really ever plugged in, what is it that the Center for the Arts does? Because that's a pretty broad name, right?
We do pretty broad things.
Okay.
We are, first and foremost, we're a cultural arts institution. We have a theater that has 127 seats, and we produce 14 main stage shows a year, musicals, straight plays. We also have an art gallery that's free and open to the public. And then we also have lots of children's programs to help educate the youth in the arts programming in Murfreesboro. So what I say is we do a lot, all the time.
For sure.
Yeah.
So when you say children's programs, give me some specifics.
Sure. So we have year-round programs for children ages 5 to 18 in performing arts. They run after school. We have 3 after-school sessions anywhere from 8 to 10 weeks, starting in the fall, winter, and spring sessions, and all this you can find on our website. We have beginning, intermediate, advanced acting. We actually have a production class, and this fall is really exciting. We did Frozen Junior. So our children that sign up get to audition, rehearse, costumes, and then we're actually taking the Frozen Junior production to Tucker Theater. We're really excited. It's an 800-seat theater, and we're going to do field trip shows during the day for Rutherford County and surrounding areas, and then night performances at night for the general public.
That's awesome. So you said, did I hear correctly, you have a production class as well?
Yes.
So the behind the scenes, the lighting, the sound, all of that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so actually our production class, our big production class is just learning basically the cast in the show. It's learning the songs, the dances, blocking, all of that, putting it together. We do have technical programs that go along with it, like stage managing. We do have lights, sound classes, things like that as well. For those like myself, who's not very good on stage, I'd rather be behind the scenes.
Yeah. Well, and my son's done some sound at Thurman Francis for some of their productions, and he loves it. He loves being back behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Whatever, all the stuff with the microphones and all that. I know there's a term for that. Sorry.
Yeah, it's sound design, sound engineering, sound running. Yeah.
Yep, that's his thing. So that's pretty cool to know. And then my daughter, she likes to be the center of attention.
Yeah, so she would be on stage.
For sure.
Just like one of mine.
For sure. And I think my son would get a kick out of pulling her microphone down. Right, man?
Your son would get in trouble.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. So, Tabby, tell me a little bit more about what you do.
Yeah, so I, with the Center Stage Academy, our youth program, I do the marketing and promotion for it. So whenever you see the Facebook posts or the brochures about that program, like getting the word out about that, that's me behind the scenes designing and putting those things together. Also just, being out in the community and letting people know about the great things that we have going on at the center. I'm a member of a few different networking groups, in town, Rutherford Cable, and then, talking to sponsors and just getting the funding that we need. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, so everything is donation-based, sponsorship-based. So just really looking for the funds to support our mission.
Awesome.
Tabby started with the center in May, on the end of May, and I didn't have a Tabby before Tabby. So all of that was on me and the other staff. So I love Tabby. I want her there always. She makes my life a lot easier.
For sure, yeah. It's great when you hire the right admin for the right job, isn't it?
Isn't it true?
So no doubt about that. So you got Frozen Junior coming up. You've also got Sweeney Todd.
We do.
Right now.
On our main stage.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, so Sweeney Todd's been one that I've been wanting to do since I started 4 years ago. And every year we have a selection committee that decides which shows you do. And sometimes you really want a show and it's perfect, but then either the rights aren't available or it's not available at the right time, or you have something similar in the season. So it's taken 4 years to get it on the stage.
So the movie was super creepy.
Gosh, it was awesome though.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
God, I loved it. So the show is a little creepy, a little campy as well.
Yeah.
And the stars in the show at the center, they're just some of the most talented people we have in Murfreesboro.
Nice.
David Cummings is Sweeney. We have Alexia Frost as the baker lady who bakes the meat pies. And it's just the whole ensemble.
Is there blood?
Mm-hmm.
She said,
There is.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, yeah.
Yeah, so with Sweeney, there's, we have the classic Sweeney things, the chair that dumps the people down underneath. So we do have the cool working chair that you get to come see in the play.
Nice.
And then there is like the blood and gore of it. And then I know sometimes they pull people up on stage from the audience to be members of the cafe, patrons who get to eat the meat pies. So it really is like an engaging, interactive performance.
That's
that just
awesome.
kind of keeps you excited. And then, for our actors, Stephen Sondheim, who's the writer of Sweeney Todd, he does not, make easy musical numbers. So our cast has worked so hard to really bring this to life. And it's amazing what they can do with their voices on stage.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
But we only have one more weekend, and honestly, we're almost sold out.
Yes.
So I tell everyone.
That's this weekend.
This weekend is the final weekend. So go to our website, boroughArts.org, and you can look and see what seats we have left and book them. Book them now, because you don't know how many sad calls I get on Friday afternoon. Patience, this is basically the President of the United States. I need tickets. I'm like, we're all sold out. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, get your tickets now.
So you turn away the president?
He's never called, but others have. And there's just a legitimate, we only have 127 seats. We need a bigger theater in Murfreesboro. We need a bigger theater. We sell it all the time, but people think that they can wait, and that's not the case with us, especially with a hot musical like Sweeney Todd with a great cast. The word's getting out how fantastic it is.
So let's talk about, you guys presented at Rotary Club last week.
Yes.
And
did you tell them what I sounded like? I sounded like I had the plague.
You sounded pretty awful.
And I'm like, these people are going to want to wash their hands after hearing music.
Yeah, well, I saw him up there with a wipe on the microphone.
Yes, it's so true.
Yeah. So one of the things you were talking about was the children's programs, where you've been with the center now, what'd you say, 4 years?
4 years, yep.
And when you kind of got there, that was not an area that the center was really focused on too much.
That's true,
right?
yeah. When I first got there, we did have a children's program. It was after school session, and 7 kids were enrolled. Mm-hmm. And I had this lady named Denise Barton who'd been involved in the center she moved here from San Diego, was involved a few months before, and they let her kind of teach the classes. And she came to me, she's like, Patience, we really need a children's program here at the center. And I was so overwhelmed. I'm like, I don't even know what to begin to do. I was like, but just hold off, we'll do it. But she kept knocking on my door and was persistent. And so I was like, you know what, have at it. Let's see what you got. And then 4 years later, we now have over 800 kids in the program. We've seen over 400% increase in enrollment. We award about $30,000 a year in scholarships to those that can't financially afford it. And we get those funds from community members, leaders, sponsors, corporate donations. So it's a vibrant program. That's not, what I tell people, it's not only feeding the children's program, it's feeding all of our programs, because now we have parents that are actually directors on stage now that got involved because their kid came to a class.
Sure.
So, and we have these kids that have been with us for 4 years, started at 14, 15, that now have graduated and some of our main stage actors in shows.
Yeah.
So it's really just a vibrant program that's feeding all of the things we do.
Well, and here's what I think people lose sight of so much is, it's just a community theater. It's just.
Yep.
But we've got incredible sports facilities in Rutherford County, Murfreesboro, Smyrna, in Laverne, right? We've got amazing baseball facilities, amazing soccer facilities, spectacular different football and flag football, and all these outlets for people athletically, right? But what about the kids that and there's two different types here. What about the kids that are athletic and they do all of that, but they also have a creative side and they want an outlet for that, right? Or what about the kid that isn't athletic and has an amazing ability to sing or act or picture lighting and setting moods with lighting and things like that? What about them? And you guys have filled a void there. Between y'all and Carpe Artista and Smyrna, you've given a way for people for kids and adults to channel that. And I think that's fantastic. I think that's important to the whole community.
Thank you. Well, I will say, kids programs, studies after studies show kids involved in the arts just outperform their peers on every level. We actually have a large homeschool population at the Center for a Children's Program. So without us, they would have no outlet of expression for arts except we have a program. So I think it's very, very important that the community supports arts. I think, speaking of the sports facilities, they did a study a few years ago, first time in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. It's called the Arts and Economic Impact Study. And they took data from me and some other arts organizations, compiled it, and it was very surprising when they released the results because every year arts impact economically 31.2 million. We generate 31.2 million in revenue for Murfreesboro and Rutherford County just from the arts organizations that participated. And so they actually figure that number is a lot higher. So I think people are paying attention more to arts and saying how we impact not only the constituents we serve, but the community as a whole. And I think it's pretty important.
Sure.
Yeah, with our children's programs.
Tabby, you're very quiet. You might want to
with our children's programs, I know there's a lot of kids who have that stage fright and don't necessarily want to get in front of people. So we don't just have the production class. There are so many behind the scenes things. There's an art class that connects into the theme of the moment, where you can do art projects and things. We have a glamour and gore class for the kids who are interested in how to do that makeup to make you look like a princess or a scary monster. Just to learn all those, using latex, all those techniques to really build a face and create a character on stage. And then there's some classes that aren't. We have musical theater and acting classes that aren't part of the production class. So if your child feels that they aren't ready to hit the stage in front of Tucker Theater, we can give them those skills behind the scenes in a smaller setting to help them gain that confidence if they want to get out there later. Yes.
That's awesome. And I think it's one of the things. I was in a high school teacher for a while, and it's not a secret that kids are looking for somewhere to belong, right? And that's where there's bad things and there's good things that happen that kids can belong to, and it's just one more unique opportunity in our community for someone to find somewhere where they belong.
Yep.
And it's not necessarily going to be the same kids. As a matter of fact, it's probably not going to be the same kids that belong in other places.
Yep.
So
I think, what we say is we build character on stage and off. I think the lessons we teach in the arts program is not just about on stage or behind the scenes. It's character, team building, communication skills that those kids can really benefit and build upon when they get older. Like my kids were in the children's programs a few years ago, and you could tell a difference between the way my oldest daughter does a presentation and someone who's never had that experience. Tabby's children are also in the program, and she's seen some benefits of that too. So.
Sure. Yeah, kind of break them out of their shell, right?
Yeah. So, here's my, I have one who's happy to be on stage and wants the center of attention, and the other one needs
that was Lily.
And the other one needs a little push. So it does give them, the confidence and the skills, and they get excited to show what they've learned. And also, there's what you see on stage when you come see their children's performances, but there's just cute things that they do that are character building and community building just in that theater that nobody sees. They play this game about share the love or something. When there's a moment of downtime, all the kids get to go around and take turns and just point out someone in the class who they appreciated today or did something nice for somebody else. So just that peer-to-peer confidence building and recognition is a big part of the program. And that's something that you'll see the benefits of, but won't necessarily see on the stage. But it's such an important part of the program is to give them that sense of place and value in what they're doing.
Yeah, very cool. So let's talk then. You got Sweeney Todd, you got Frozen Jr. What else is going on for the rest of this year?
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
What?
The Rocky Horror Picture Show, which is, if you've never been, I never had been until I came to the center,
I've never been.
and they called me a Rocky Virgin.
Right?
Turns out that's a thing.
It is a thing.
And
I know a little bit about the culture there, but I've never actually attended.
And
So,
what we have is a shadow
because you're supposed to like interact with the movie, right?
So it's called a shadow cast. So you have the big movie playing in the background, and people dressed up like the characters in front, just doing everything that the show does on screen. And then you get this bag of props, and those that are people that have done it every year know when you throw toilet paper, there's squirt guns, it's an experience.
There's certain things that you're supposed to yell at certain moments.
Yep,
And they pick out the virgins real quick.
they do, and it's not for children.
Yes.
It's for grown adults.
Yeah, and we're showing it at 8 o'clock and midnight, so it definitely is an adult time of the day to come see
Well,
it.
and the 8 o'clock I added because I can't stay up past 8, so I'm like, okay, let's. And so what's funny is that one is the crowd for the 8 o'clock show. We did it last year. Is totally different than the midnight show.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like you have people that are older coming in and they're nice out, and I'm like,
It's date night.
Yes. So I'm like, I hope they get out before the midnight crowd comes in.
We definitely participate in all like the fun, interactive parts of it. But I know MTSU does it as well with the college crowd. I do think our production is not quite as raucous as the college crowd. So if you want to partake, but want to be a little more reserved at the same time,
Tabby, have you ever been to ours?
Yes.
Maybe.
Oh, you have? Okay, because I feel like
little
there's
bit, just a
words
little
that
bit.
are said and things that are done that are very
I've heard
mature.
that MTSU yours is definitely a little wilder. But yeah, we do. We even have the bag of props for sale in the lobby, so you don't have to put together your bag of props. We do it for you.
And this year, first year ever, we're able to offer our full service bar. So we got our liquor license back in June.
Yes.
So with our Rocky Horror, you can have a little cocktail with it.
And we often have a themed
Maybe
drink.
Bloody Marys,
Right.
or there's so many ways
There's so
you could
many
go.
themed drinks we can have. We try to have a themed drink for fun things. So let's see what the bartenders come up with for this one.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, so
This should
that
be a
is
Cosmo, I think.
November 1st and 2nd.
So,
We also have coming up The Fantastics, and that is the oldest running musical that's ever been produced. So it's in the 50s. We have a really great production team behind it and really great actors. So that's going to be fantastic. It's a musical. It opens on November the 8th and runs 3 weekends. And then our big one is A Christmas Carol. We did the same production 2 years ago, and it sold out before it even opened. We added extra shows, sold out. So Christmas Carol is a big one. Tickets are on sale for that October 25th.
Yeah, real soon.
Yeah.
Friday maybe.
Yeah.
And I'll say with Christmas Carol, we've partnered with Tasty Table, who's our neighbor.
Yep.
And we're gonna do a brunch and a show. So for one price, you can go over there first, have brunch, and then come over to us, watch the show, and have mimosa while you watch. So it'll be a fun.
I love Tasty Table.
Oh,
Yeah.
My favorite.
So
Well, they don't open for brunch, so they're open just for our crowd, which is really nice.
Is that
On a Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, ooh, wow.
Yeah,
You got Laura to open on a Sunday?
yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome people. We're neighbors.
Yeah.
And we work really well together. So
Good.
yeah.
That's kind of our cafeteria. We're over there all the time getting, lunch and things. It's right there. So yeah, we have a great
I
relationship
think we
with
keep them
them.
in business, honestly.
Well, and here's the thing. I mean, you can very easily get one of everything on the menu. Like today, it's this one. The next day, it's this one, and and you're not going to be disappointed either way.
Oh, it's delicious.
Yeah, it's good stuff. All right, and what if somebody was interested? I see your list here. You've got, you've kind of worked down the
Well,
list
this is our
of.
2020 season.
Yeah, so this is next year. I see Beauty and the Beast. I see Ada. I see Diary of Anne Frank, Little Women. Driving Miss Daisy. Holy cow, that's going to be awesome. Mamma Mia. All of these different things. If somebody was interested in auditioning, do you? This is what. All right, so stick with me for a second, okay? The movie Waiting for Guffman.
Okay.
I'm sure you're familiar,
Yep.
right? The little community theater in there. It is very much a tight-knit group, and if somebody were to step in from out of that group to try to audition, they'd be like, So how does that work with you guys? Is it a tight-knit group? Do certain people get preference?
Yeah, so everyone has a shot at the center, and here's the reason why. We have 14 shows, and with those 14 shows, we have 14 different directors. Some new directors, some seasoned directors. We just had Beauty and the Beast auditions Sunday and Monday. Almost 90 people showed up, and half were brand new to the center. So while we call ourselves a family, but if you come and step in the door for one production, you're part of the family, regardless if you do shows a lot or shows once a year or once every 3 years.
So where does somebody go to find out when auditions are
Yep.
and how how they can do it.
Yep. So you go to our website, www.borougharts.org. There's a theater tab, and under theater is called auditions. And not only does it have the dates, but it has the director puts everything you need to know. You need to bring a 1-minute song that says, 1-minute song that you sing, or 1 minute, what are they called when you speak, when you do a monologue.
Yeah, I knew that. I actually knew that. I thought you were going to say a 1-minute song. I was like, sound bite? I don't know.
And then, you do sides, and there's callbacks. So there's everything you need to know is on the website. And what's great is that if you need more information, we can put you in contact with the director. Because we do have a lot of first-time people that are like, I don't want to embarrass myself. And I'm like, you know what? Let's talk to the director, and they make it more comfortable. And it's a really easy process.
Gotcha. Okay.
Following us on social media, we do put all of our information about auditions there. Of course, we don't have space to post all of the vocal ranges and that information, but it will just let you know when auditions are coming, so you can go to the website to see more information and what you need to know to audition. But yeah, just follow us on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, and you'll get that information in your feed.
Yeah, so there's this one story. So we did Still Magnolias last year, and we had a teacher that was in Rutherford County that had never really auditioned for anything, never really knew that she was a character in a ham. She auditioned and she got one of the main roles. So, I mean, there's always opportunities. And sometimes you get involved in production, maybe you're just ensemble and you're okay with that. Or then you start realizing, you know what, I'm a boss. I need to tell people what to do. I need to be a stage manager and work my way up to director. So, I mean, there's something for everyone.
So let me ask you this. I have acted before.
Oh.
Yes, and it was fun. I do not sing, though.
Yep.
So I'm looking at some of these, and what if some of these are surprisingly musical and I didn't know it?
Well, you'll just
Henry the Eighth,
exactly. But we need ensemble, so they cast him almost every show, so he could be in the back and he could be a coat man for one scene. And so, I mean, there's opportunity no matter what level of talent you have.
Gotcha. And if I were to want to go and act, right, and be in these plays, what kind of people, who am I going to rub elbows with?
Wow, if you run the gamut. You have great college-age kids that are fantastic, all the way up to retired people. We have one of the people that is actually cast in Christmas Carols, George Downer. He is one of the district managers for Kroger. So it runs the gamut: retirees, heads of corporations, college-age kids, people that work at Starbucks. A lot of the time, when I get my coffee, I'm like, hey, what's up? And I know they've been up till midnight doing tech week, and I'm like, what time do you have to be here this morning? That's a pretty early shift. So it runs the gamut.
Very nice. And all right, so the next question, let's get to the important part, all right, to keep you guys running.
Oh.
So Tabby, these are all questions for you. What kind of fundraising do you guys do? What kind of grant writing are you working on? How can somebody help in those regards? And I see some subscription type passes. I'm sure that's a big deal as well. Season tickets, so to speak, I guess. Is that right?
Yeah, so just for any member of the community, we would love for you to be a season pass or subscription holder. You kind of get to pick how many different packages available. You can pick how many shows you come to a year. And there's wiggle room there, so if you decide you want to come on Friday, but plans change 3 months later, we can wiggle you to the next night or something. So we definitely work with our package holders and subscribers to get you the best value for your money to come just be a part of the center and see all of our great productions. And information about those is available online, and we just started selling for the 2020 season. And then so we have great community partners out there who support us through sponsors we've worked with for years, like Redstone, Franklin Synergy Bank, just great people in the community. And then grant funding through like Tennessee Arts Commission, the Predators Foundation, the Richard Siegel Foundation. So just all these names you hear. We just got a big grant with the Jennings Jones Foundation to further our children's programs and take it out into the community. So those
what
schools.
Does that mean?
So like schools in different counties who don't have the funding to come to field trips. We've got the funding now where we're going to build a program to go to them. So those low-end schools who just don't have those field trip funds, so we can give them the cultural experience of seeing play.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're really excited about that one. We're hoping to launch it end of this year, early next year. So
very cool.
Yes.
So, all right. So here's a question for both of you guys. There's a couple of other small theaters and community groups and things like that. do you guys see yourselves as competing with them? Do you see yourselves as partners with them? Do people cross over from one to the other and back and forth? You know, I mean, between Cannon County, between the one in Smyrna, Lamplighters, and Consider This, and I mean, there's several.
Springfield, there's
Murfreesboro Little Theater, is it still around?
Well, it actually, Murfreesboro Little Theater, yes, it's as an entity, it's still here. The actual building they were in has been demolished, but they're still doing shows throughout the community.
Okay, so I mean, lots of different groups and organizations, and that's the kind of independent ones, right? I mean, then you got every church has something, and every school. I mean, how does that work?
If you were asking me this question 4 years ago, it'd be different than my answer today.
Okay.
I think when I came here 4 years ago, people weren't really talking to each other. There was a little bit of that, which was great. But then I come along, and there's some other people that kind of started being at the head of the organizations, and now we do talk, especially with the Rutherford Arts Alliance. We're all members of it, and we all support one another. Like MLT, we support what they do. They do different shows than we do. Copy Artistic, Ron Alley and I are friends, and we talk about what grants are coming up and things like that. So is there a competitive aspect? In anything there's a competitive aspect, but, we support one another.
Right.
And people cross over. They do stuff at the church in Smyrna, they do stuff at Cannon County, they do stuff at Patterson Park, our children's. So we just try to offer the best quality experience we can, and then let everyone else do what they want to do. So.
Are you ever short actors? Like, have you ever run into a situation where you're like, oh my gosh, we can't cast this?
What's funny is that white males sometimes are a little hard to come by.
Really?
Yep. We're getting better because we offer classes for children that are geared towards guy classes. So we get their 15, 16-year-olds that now are graduating the program. But there's sometimes we're like, we need some ensemble people, and we have to go out and search for them. So, I had Chris Gurley. Do you know?
Chris Gurley.
He's an insurance agent in town, and he came to me. He's like, I don't really have much experience. I'm like, pretty sure that we'll put you somewhere. And he's been in like 3 productions in the last 2 years. So there's times, but like with Breeding the Beast, you have to turn people away. You only have 30 spots, and 90 people show up. So it just depends on the production.
Gotcha. All right. Well, what else is coming up? Do you guys have any kind of big major fundraisers? Or?
Yeah, so we have just started planning for the 2020 Bash, which is our big fundraising event party of the year. So it's April 18th of next year.
Okay.
It's a masquerade ball. So you get to wear your mask, come in. We have great food, a great program, live auction, items.
It's like a really, really fun event. Have you ever been?
No.
You should. It is. What I hear is like it is the funnest event in town. You've got the center, you've got our personality, then you get to dress up in masquerade.
And now you can serve liquor.
Yes.
Yes, we can. Even better.
So it'll be at the center?
It is at the center, yeah.
And what's the date again?
April 18th.
April 18th. Mark it on your calendar. So, very cool. All right, guys. Well, I forgot to ask, what did you do before?
So funny. So I've actually lived in several places. I mentioned before, I worked at NTSU from 2004 to 2007. And then my husband got his master's and doctorate from Eastman School of Music in Rochester, New York, 2 different times. So I moved there, we came back. So my background's in fundraising and nonprofits. So when this job was open, and they took a chance on me because I have no theater experience. I have music experience. I'm a musical performer, but it was a big shock for me to come to this theater environment, which is totally different than any other environment I've been in. But I've surrounded myself with really great people, and we've really seen a huge growth. So, yeah.
And Tabby, what did you do before?
So I've got a little varied background. I have an art degree, but then I also have a really administrative mind. So I've been in nonprofits and for-profits. I've been coordinator and marketing, kind of different, really marketing, the business development roles at the Frist Art Museum and Waller Lansing, which is a law firm. So just different places, bigger entities in Nashville, where I've come through to get a marketing background and also a strong base in nonprofits.
This is probably a lot more fun. Right?
It is fun, yes. I mean, it's in our backyard. It's such a little family. I've only been there for 3 months, but I feel comfortable after 2 weeks.
Year, okay.
I mean, it's so engaging and exciting, and everybody there is just so awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
She has to say that. I pay her to say that.
Right. Exactly. So, all right. So, last thing. What do you guys want to leave the viewers and listeners with?
Frozen.
Yes, Frozen, December 13th. It's a Friday night at Tucker Theater. We're wanting all the kids and all the families to come out and support these children. We have a lot of seats still available. Also, season ticket sales for 2020. Look at it. If you get a season ticket or subscription, you get first dibs on all the seats. So we do have reserved seating now at the center, which is new this year. But with season tickets and subscriptions, you get first dibs on the seats. So look at that. It's also a discount for the whole season. And there's other perks that you get along with it. And then if any corporation or business owners out there looking to get some exposure, supporting the center and supporting some of these shows, we give you a lot of, I call it play. You get on posters and postcards to center to 5,000 people. So we're very visible. So we really need corporate sponsors to support some of these shows to pay for rights and royalties and things like that, some of the administrative costs to fix.
And with being a sponsor, you get perks too. You get tickets to the shows, you get Facebook touches. Like the banners inside of our building have your name on them that everybody drops by on College Street. So you definitely get some things from us, and we can do some things for you as a sponsor.
Awesome. Thank you, ladies. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
y'all.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate what you do.
That's great.
And we're gonna post the website in there, and that will have links for the masquerade ball.
Yes.
Right? And then it also have where they can audition and see the lineup and purchase season tickets, right?
Absolutely.
So it's all there.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it,
Bye, guys.
Bye.